Stanford's application is painfully long. Let's talk about how to write each of the supplementals, including the infamous roommate essay. First, there are 3 short essay questions, and the first one is asking about an intellectual experience. Usually, you should be writing this about your intended major, but if you've already talked about your intended major at length in your Common App essay, maybe this is a place to talk about a minor or some other academic interest that relates to your intended major or career goal. They want people who are deeply curious, so make sure to get nerdy here. It also says reflecting on an idea or experience, singular, so focus on a specific story. Next, we got the infamous roommate essay, where you're writing a note to your future roommate. There are many places in the application to talk about your intended major and the extracurriculars that you've done in high school, so this is a great place to show some personality and maybe some background. Talk about that weird interest or that niche hobby that you have, or things that you want to explore on campus. Maybe even about the ways that you grew up and how that's going to influence your life at Stanford. Be personal, be vulnerable, just show who you are here. The next short essay question is basically a diversity question. They ask, how is your background going to help you make a distinctive contribution to Stanford? They didn't just say contribution, they said distinctive. They want to know if you have an interesting, unique perspective that's going to be in addition to Stanford's culture and or community. So make sure to show that. Next part is what makes Stanford's application especially painful. There's a bunch of short questions. First one is the most significant challenge that society faces today. Usually people are going to relate this to their intended major or their long-term career goals and how they want to tackle this societal problem. Stanford loves intellectually curious, ambitious problem solvers, so show that you're one of them. This is pretty straightforward. Explain what you did the past 2 summers, but there's also some space here to explain why you pursued specific things. Maybe you chose to intern at City Hall because you wanted to get a better understanding of local government. Maybe you volunteered at a nursing home to get a better understanding of the medical system, or what good quality care looks like. There are many approaches to how to write this one, but just push for clarity. This one's a little bit more fun, and especially if you have like a secondary interest that you haven't gotten a chance to talk about, this might be the moment to do it. Don't forget to explain why you want to witness this particular moment. Here, they very kindly give you space to elaborate on an extracurricular that you've done. This is a moment to fill any gap. So maybe you've already talked about some important extracurriculars and there hasn't been a space to talk about a family responsibility or something that you do for fun but is really deeply meaningful for you. Think, what new information can I provide here? And lastly, list 5 things that are important to you. Remember, this doesn't just need to be physical objects. It can also be things that are concepts like memories or history or whatever. I encourage you to use some of the extra words to give some context as to why these things are important to you. And that's the Stanford application. So drop in the comments which school you'd like me to cover next and make sure to like and follow for more.